Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is Shree Vishnu Art Press Publications, exercise number 11 and 12 on the speed of 90 words per minute. Start. From the record of the disciplinary proceedings, it emanates that the petitioner has written an application dated 1/12/2001 to the inquiry officer requesting therein to supply the copies of the statement recorded, if any, during the course of inquiry. On this application, there is an order of the inquiry officer to the senior administrative officer to supply copies of the documents on deposit of requisite fee so that he may submit his written reply in time, but there is no document to show that the documents so demanded were actually supplied to him. On 3/12/2001, the petitioner again wrote an application to the inquiry officer demanding 13 documents, details of which is given in clear words in the said application. There is an application dated 15/1/2002 of the petitioner on record in which petitioner has requested to keep the inquiry proceedings in abeyance as he has given a representation to the High Court for transfer of inquiry to some other district. There is no order on the said application. There is another application dated 22/1/2002 written by the petitioner to the inquiry officer demanding certain documents, apparently that too were not supplied to enable him to put his version effectively. Moreover, the petitioner had indicated the relevancy of the documents so demanded by him. Similar request was made vide applications dated 2/2/2002 and 8/2/2002 and 28/2/2002. There is nothing on record to show that at any point of time the inquiry officer had observed that the documents demanded by the petitioner are not relevant or the witnesses whom the petitioner wants to examine are not relevant. On the contrary, there is admission of the opposite parties that the petitioner had demanded the documents. Mere saying that the documents were supplied to the petitioner would not absolve the responsibility of the opposite parties. There is no documentary evidence or letter to prove that the documents so demanded by the petitioner were supplied through a letter. It may be added that the stand taken in paragraph 14 of the counter affidavit is contrary to the record produced by the respondents. It may be added that in the charge sheet, the primary charge against the petitioner is that during preliminary inquiry, it was found that a racket is operating for filing fake claim petitions on fictitious names with fake documents, and petitioner is also involved in filing the fictitious claim petitions with the aid of certain clerks and advocates. A perusal of the inquiry report reveals that the inquiry officer did not examine any witness to prove the charges leveled against the petitioner and only on the ground that there is no denial by the petitioner, it has been held that he was involved in the racket and recorded that both the charges proved. There must be clinching evidence to connect the delinquent employee with the charges leveled against him. It was the pious duty of the inquiry officer to ascertain the truth, being the independent investigator, as to how and in what manner the petitioner is involved in racket. The government order dated 17/8/2002 clearly provides for selection of fair price shop agent for a village panchayat by a resolution of the village panchayat in its open meeting. A limited exception to this normal rule in public interest has been provided in para 11 of the aforesaid government order, which authorizes district magistrate to direct for allotment of fair price shop on recommendation of committee constituted as per the government orders under the chairmanship of the Up-Zilla-Adhikari, where a village panchayat either does not pass a resolution or where there arises dispute in passing resolution. Except in these two circumstances, district magistrate or the committee constituted under the chairmanship of Up-Zilla-Adhikari have no authority to make allotment of fair price shop in any village panchayat without resolution of the village panchayats in its open meeting as per statutory provisions including Rule 46, 46A and 46B of the UP Panchayat Raj Rules 1947. Having clarified the legal position as aforesaid, now I proceed to examine the validity of appointment of the respondent number 7. It appears that the district level selection committee took up the matter and invited applications by advertisement dated 8/8/2016, subject to the condition that applications for agents for those village panchayats shall be excluded from lottery where selection is made by village panchayat in its open meeting. There were 2 to 9 vacant fair price shops. Block development officer have provided details of 84 fair price shops where village panchayats have selected fair price shops agents in their open meeting. Thus, 145 village panchayats were liable to be considered for selection of agents through lottery. For 15 fair price shops, merely single applications were received, and as such, there was no need for lottery with respect to these 15 fair price shops. No applications were received for fair price shops of 8 village panchayats. Thus, 1 to 2 fair price shops in different village panchayats were liable to be considered for selection of agents through lottery by the district level committee pursuant to the advertisement dated 8/8/2016, which included the village panchayat in question, that is, village panchayat where an open meeting was held on 8/8/2016 and a resolution was passed proposing the name of the respondent number 7 for appointment as fair price shop agent. The proposal of the village panchayat was approved by the Tehsil level committee and appointment letter was issued by the SDM Sadar Basti on 31/8/2016. It appears that due to inadvertence, the fair price shop of village panchayat could not be excluded from the list of village panchayat for consideration of the district level committee for appointment of fair price shop agents through lottery. Under the circumstances, when the error came to the notice of the authorities, it was rectified and the appointment of the respondent number 7, which was made on the basis of his selection by the village panchayat in its open meeting, was continued, which does not suffer from any illegality.